Under a new policy introduced by the UK government today, asylum seekers will be flown to Rwanda for processing. The policy has been labelled as inhumane and has drawn comparison to Australia's own asylum seeker policy.
Over 4,000 miles away and on another continent. But here was a Home Secretary arriving to unveil a plan that places Rwanda at the heart of our immigration policy. Her proposal? To punch a one-way ticket to East Africa for people who reach the UK illegally, an agreement she hopes will deter people from dangerous journeys like channel crossings. They'll stay in accommodation like this block. Here, the government says they'll have their asylum claims processed before taking steps to rebuild their lives, potentially in Rwanda.
This used to be a hostel, but it's already being prepared for the arrival of asylum seekers from the UK. There are 50 rooms in this block, including places to eat and sleep. But essentially, it's a holding centre where those people will wait for their asylum claims to be processed.
Priti Patel is confident that building and this country will be a safe space.
Australia have set up their own offshore processing system, and there are reports of self-harming and even people taking their own lives because these people are going through tremendously difficult times with their mental health, and they've made difficult journeys. I wanted to just ask, how will you ensure the well-being of asylum seekers sent to Rwanda? Do you see that as a UK government's responsibility, or are you passing the buck?
Australia is not comparable. This is not the type of arrangement that Australia had. Australia, as a sovereign country, obviously had its own arrangement. It is fair to say our teams have been working through facilities here. You've heard me mention in my opening remarks as well the technical experience that we are bringing. We believe in investing in Rwanda. We're very open about that.
Rwanda's foreign minister feels they are ready to process thousands.
We assessed our capacity to receive migrants, and we know that we have a capacity in place to receive migrants.
To reach that point, though, they'll need to scale up fast. Here, they're planning to build 2 more blocks. On top of that, politicians don't want to deal with a British backlog.
If our kids, or Rwanda's kids, has not the possibility to go at school because of the poverty, how Rwanda government will assume to give education to the kids of these refugees?
On the streets of Kigali, we found a sense of hospitality rather than hostility.
We can encourage all of the world to come to stay in Rwanda.
They may be called migrant or whatever, they are just people.
For many who make the perilous journey for a better life, places like this will now be the ultimate destination. But the debate around whether the decision is right has only just begun.